Hello dear friends of BA third year semester 6. In today's video lecture we are going to discuss about the second unit prescribed for us in our syllabus, that is business correspondence. We know very well that the only topic business correspondence is prescribed for us into the second entire unit. So this is a big topic. Why this is a big topic? Because in business correspondence there are several sort of letters, and out of these letters only 4 letters are prescribed for us. These letters are letters of inquiry, then letters of order, then letters of interview, and appointment letters. Further, these 4 letters are divided into 2 types. In the first type, inquiry and order letters are there, and in the second type, interview and appointment letters is there. While telling you about the pattern of question paper, I told you that the internal choice is there regarding this particular unit, and 2 questions based on inquiry or order. These letters will be asked into examination. So you have to answer any one question out of inquiry or order letter. In the same way, in the second question you will find that there is one question based on interview letter, and the second question will be based on appointment letter. So you have to answer any one questions out of these 2 letters. So keep it in mind, and accordingly you can study. So we are going to study all these 4 letters, but into this particular video lecture we are going to discuss only one letter, that is a letter of inquiry. Well friends, before going to discuss this type, keep one thing in mind, that the points to keep in mind while writing business letters and the format of these letters, they are same. That is why in the rest discussion of 3 letters we are not going to discuss these 2 points. So these 2 points are to be discussed into this particular video lecture. So keep it in mind before going to discuss all the 4 letters. We are not going to repeat these 2 points into rest 3 letters. So today we are going to discuss the first letter, that is letter of inquiry. Before that, points to keep in mind while writing business letters. Well, it is said here that business letters should be written with a lot of care, because they leave a lasting impression and can build or spoil relationship between 2 parties those are concerned. मराठीमध्ये आपण याला व्यावसायिक पत्रव्यवहार असं म्हणतो. अतिशय काळजीपूर्वक हा पत्रव्यवहार करायला पाहिजे, कारण जो पत्र लिहितो आहे आणि जो पत्र रिसीव्ह करणार आहे या दोघांमध्येही चांगले संबंध या पत्रव्यवहारामुळे निर्माण होऊ शकतात, किंवा कधी कधी चुकीच्या पद्धतीने पत्र लिहिल्यामुळे ते संबंध बिघडू शकतात. तर असं होऊ नये आणि आपले संबंध चांगले राहावे यासाठी बिझनेस करस्पॉन्डन्स करताना नेहमी काळजीपूर्वक आपण पत्रव्यवहार केला पाहिजे, हे आपण लक्षात ठेवणं आवश्यक आहे. It is said further that a lot of modern correspondence letters uses the block style. ब्लॉक स्टाईल हा जो प्रकार आहे तो अलीकडे फार मोठ्या प्रमाणावर वापरला जातो. तो काय आहे तो आपण पुढे बघणारच आहोत. द कॉमाज आफ्टर द सॅल्युटेशन अँड कॉम्प्लिमेंटरी क्लोज इज ऑफन ओमिटेड. अलीकडे सॅल्युटेशन आणि कॉम्प्लिमेंटरी नंतर जो कॉमा द्यायची पद्धत रूढ होती ती अलीकडे राहिलेली नाही आहे. अँड इफ लेटर्स आर रिटन ऑन अ प्रिंटेड लेटर हेड विथ सेंडर्स कॉन्टॅक्ट डिटेल्स, देन इट इज ओमिटेड फ्रॉम द लेटर. अलीकडे बऱ्याचशा कंपन्या या प्रिंटेड लेटर हेड वापरतात, त्यामुळे सेंडर्स नेम हा जो प्रकार आहे किंवा त्याचे जे कॉन्टॅक्ट डिटेल्स आहेत, ॲड्रेस वगैरे, ते लिहायची गरज नाही आहे, कारण ऑलरेडी प्रिंटेड लेटर हेडवर ते सगळं आलेलं आहे. सो वाईल रायटिंग ऑन द प्रिंटेड लेटर हेड वी डिड नॉट राईट द सेंडर्स नेम अँड कॉन्टॅक्ट अँड ऑल दोज डिटेल्स इन टू दिस लेटर. This is the points, these are the elements while writing business correspondence. First of all, the sender's address. Who is the sender? His name and address should be given, should be written. Then a reference number. This consists of initials of branch office and the department followed by a file number. याचा अर्थ असा होतो, फॉर एक्झाम्पल इथे दिलेला आहे कॅपिटल DMV/office/287. Actually this is the short form. The only initial letters are there, so you'll find that DMV stands for Dnyanesh Mahavidyalaya. Then office is written, so this is the correspondence of the office, and 287 it is the number. After that you have to write the date. For example, if we are writing this letter on 19th April 2021, then the date should be written, and it should be written in this style, 19th April 2021. Then after that, full name and address of the person or company to whom we are writing to. The person to whom you are addressing, the name, and if company is there, so details of the name and address should be written after date. Then the next point is the salutation. Now salutation is important, and it is said that dear sirs can be written with the condition that if the letter is sent to any organization. Then another option is dear sir slash madam if the letter has only designation of a person. And third option is also there, dear Mr. or Miss or Doctor or Professor if the letter has the name of the person. So accordingly you have to write the salutation. Moving to the next element of the letter, the subject line is important. For what purpose you are going to write this correspondence. Then the next element is the body of the letter. This is very important because the body of the letter consists all the things for which purpose you are going to write the letter, and details also. So it is said they are consisting of an opening, then the middle section with details of facts and action taken, and along with that the closing line, or if more than one line is there, then closing lines also. And the last part of this business letter is the complimentary clause, then the signature of the sender with name and designation. So these two things are important. First of all, points to keep in mind while writing business letter, and secondly, all the elements. These two things are common in all sort of business letters, letters of inquiry or order or interview or appointment. All these things are common. So we are going to discuss these two things only into this particular video lecture. In rest 3 video lectures we will not discuss all these things. So you should keep in mind while discussing this later. Then moving on to further page, let us remember some things in mind. As I said earlier, व्यावसायिक पत्रव्यवहार अतिशय महत्त्वाचा असल्यामुळे याच्यामध्ये अतिशय काळजीपूर्वक गोष्टी लिहिल्या पाहिजेत आणि कुठल्या गोष्टी लक्षात ठेवणं आवश्यक आहे ते सुद्धा आपण या ठिकाणी डिस्कस करूया. इट इज सेड दॅट बी ब्रीफ, clear and precise in what you say in the body of business letters. You should write each and every word which is not necessary. You should omit those words. So all these things should keep in mind. We should be very brief and clear, as well as we should be precise while writing any business letter. Then further it is said that avoid old-fashioned fixed expressions. Fixed expressions were there in the earlier fashion. In the modern age, old-fashioned fixed expressions are avoided. It is said further that prefer sentences in active voice rather than passive voice because it is less impersonal way. So active voice sentences should be used in business correspondence. And lastly, it is said that always use courteous and inoffensive tone. When we are writing a letter to any another party, we should be always courteous and inoffensive tone. Then only our business letter will become effective, and that is why we should always courteous and inoffensive language into our business letter. So these things are to be kept in mind. As I said that there are 4 different sort of letters into business correspondence, but as there are different 4 letters, so we can't cover all those 4 letters into our single video. That is where we are going to discuss into this video only first sort of letter, that is a letter of inquiry. या व्हिडिओ लेक्चरमध्ये आपण फक्त पहिला प्रकार बघणार आहोत, जो प्रकार आहे लेटर ऑफ इन्क्वायरी, चौकशी संबंधाने केलेला पत्रव्यवहार. Well, it is said that these letters are written to ask for information. What is the purpose? To ask for information about a business organization, a catalog, a price list, the contact details of the company's local representatives, or if there are opportunities for business collaboration or employment. So all these different things are there, and this is nothing but a sort of inquiry about the organization, and that is why one party should write the letter of inquiry to the another party for getting the information about all these things. And further it is said that reply to letters of inquiry should be complete and fully satisfactory in terms of the inquiry asked for. Now, as on one side one party is making sort of inquiry to another party, so the second party should also give proper response to the first party. So reply, that is response to the letters of inquiry, should be complete and fully satisfactory in terms of the inquiry asked for, so that the purpose of the letter of inquiry should be fulfilled. At last it is said that we should write all these things. We have already discussed these elements of letter into earlier slides, but this is a sort of format of any sort of letter. inquiry, order, or appointment, or call letter. So first of all, sender's name, it should be written at the initial part of the letter head, and after that we have to write the address. The sender's address is also important. Then moving further to the reference letter number, that is also written. Then we find that late date is also important. You should write the date. After that, name and address of the name or company. Name and address is important. The person's name and company's name should be written. After that, the salutation. After that, the subject line, it is generally a single line. And after that, the biggest part of our part of the letter, that is the body of the letter. We have already discussed this. And after that, the complimentary clause should be written, and at the last page of this letter, into this format, signature of the sender, below that the name of the sender as well as the designation of the sender. All these things are written into this particular format. So layout of the letter, or say format of the letter, it is very important in writing any sort of business correspondence. So you should keep all these things in mind, as well as the format or layout of the letter in mind before writing any sort of business letters. So today, friends, we have discussed about the first first sort of letter, or first types of letter, that is letter of inquiry. In the same way, in the coming video lectures, we are going to discuss about the rest different types of letters, that is letter of order, a letter of interview, as well as letter of appointment. So dear friends, thank you so much for your kind listening. I hope that business correspondence, as I said, that this is the biggest unit, and you have understood this first sort of letter, letter of inquiry.